All right, you guys, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour, we are going to be working on our speaking. I will be asking you questions regarding your life, and let's see here. Be asking you questions about your life, and you'll be discussing what life is like for you, things like that. I've got a big list of questions that we'll be running through. As you're speaking, I will be taking a look at how you're saying things, what you're saying, and giving you some suggestions on ways that you can improve. I will mainly be looking at grammar. If you have big problems with pronunciation, I might talk about that as well, but I'm mainly looking at grammar and how you construct your sentences. Okay? Very good. Let's see who we have in class so far. Hi there, Deborah. How are you?
Hi there. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Deborah, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil, okay. What part?
São Paulo.
Sao Paulo, okay. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, and Amparo, how are you, Amparo? Welcome to class.
Hi, teacher. Doing well, thank you.
Very nice. I'm doing well, thank you. Good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Good. How was your Mother's Day this last weekend, Amparo?
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we celebrate. My brothers and sister came home, and we went to the church together, and then we have the breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. Well, for dinner, no we weren't everyone, but they just a part of us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. How about you, Deborah? Did you guys celebrate Mother's Day this past weekend, or do you celebrate it on another time of the year?
It was celebrated at the same time. It was last month, Sunday. But I live far from my family, and I celebrated it with my mother-in-law.
Okay, gotcha.
It was really
okay.
Good.
Great. Let's see. We also have Javier. Hi, Javier. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. And Javier, where are you from?
From Barcelona, Spain.
Okay, from Barcelona. Awesome. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Me too.
And we also have Ibec. Ibec, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Very nice. Welcome to class. Good to have you here. Okay, let's see. Is it Ardimas or Ardimas or Ardimas?
Dimas. Yeah, feel free to call me Dimas.
Dimas, okay.
Dimas, it will be easier for you, I guess.
All right, and Dimas, where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia.
From Indonesia, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Hold on. My computer is thinking. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay still?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope everything goes well. I've been teaching since 5 this morning, and it's 11 o'clock, and I haven't closed down Chrome, and so things get a little sloppy as we're going through. But anyway, this is a list of questions we're going to be talking about. We'll be talking about our life, and so we have different questions about different things. Some of you may receive the same or may have the same question to ask or to answer. Sorry, I probably won't ask more than 4 people the same question, and so just be aware of that. We'll probably do 2 or 3 people per question, and so take a look at the questions, start thinking about what kind of answers you can give. We're only going to go probably about a minute to 2 minutes or so, something like that, per person, so that we can all get a chance to speak. As you're speaking, I will be taking notes. After you're done, we'll go through some things that you may or may not have said incorrectly, okay? And I'll give you some ideas on what you can do, okay?
Okay.
And Ahmed, how are you?
I'm fine, man. Thank you.
Okay, good to have you here. Where are you from?
Egypt.
From Egypt. Okay. What part of Egypt?
Giza.
Oh, say that
You
again.
know it? Giza.
Giza.
Pyramids of Giza. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good to have you here. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off. We're going to start right up here at the top. Okay. Let's start with Javier. Okay, and Javier, are you a busy person? Why do you think, or why don't you think so?
Yeah, I think that I'm a busy person because I'm trying to keep myself busy with work, and yeah, I have a job as well. So between, I mean, I like to work, but actually I want to I mean, how do you say? To be in touch with my friends, and I have different hobbies as well. So between hobbies and work, I think that I'm a busy person. So I'm trying to don't have a lot of empty time that I don't know what I have to do. So that's it mainly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So make sure when you're saying the word not. Okay. I'm gonna be over in the Google chat, you guys. Okay. So when you're saying the word not, it didn't come out quite clearly. So you're saying I'm trying to no have. Okay. You want to say not, or I'm trying not to have. Okay.
Not to have. Okay, not to have. Okay.
Exactly. Not to have a lot of empty time. You can say empty time. You can also say empty space in my schedule or something like that. That's a common way to say it. But yeah, no, you had expressed yourself very well. You know, between my work, my hobbies, and my friends, I don't have a lot of extra time, and I feel like I'm a busy person. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Nice job. Watch your TR. Your TRs were coming in thick. You were saying try instead of try. Okay. So watch the pronunciation on that TR sound. Okay.
TR sound. Okay. Try. Yeah. Try.
Yeah. Try. When you pronounce this TR, it feels more like a CHR sound. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Nice job. Nice job. Deborah, how about you? Do you feel like you're a very busy person? Why or why not?
Actually, I'm not a very busy person. I used it to be. I used it to be a workaholic girl, but now I'm a entrepreneur, and I'm trying to be a more available person to my family and friends.
Okay. In what ways?
What ways?
Huh?
For example, I didn't like to talk with anybody by telephone. Now I'm trying to be more friendly doing this. I'm trying to spend more time doing things that I usually not consider be important.
Okay.
In the past, important things were my work, my career, something like that, and now the important things are my family, my friends, my little dog.
Okay.
And then this.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so first up, we have a pronunciation issue with the word used. Okay, that's an ed ending. You were saying I used it to be, use it. Okay, so here we want to say used to. Okay, I used to be.
I used to be.
I used to be a workaholic girl.
I used it to be.
Not use it. I used to.
I used to.
I used to be a workaholic a workaholic girl?
I used to be a workaholic girl.
Almost. So keep working on it. You need to change it from UZ to used to. Okay.
Used to.
Good. Now, the other thing is we don't necessarily say a workaholic girl or workaholic boy or man or woman. We just say workaholic. I used to be a workaholic, and we leave it at workaholic. Okay. So there wouldn't be it wouldn't be necessary to state whether you're a girl or a boy or whatnot, because if you're saying that you are that, well, you're obviously a woman, so we know that that's what it's that's what you're referring to. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next one here. You said I use it, not consider be important. So you're talking about the things that now we need to change the way that you're saying this here. Okay. So we're going to say let's see here. I used not consider be important. I used to not consider these things to be important, maybe, or so there are things that I used to consider. There we go. Used to consider not to be important. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. So I used to consider
not to be important.
Not to be important. Okay. That kind of clears it up a little bit more. Okay, like so. All right. Very good. Thank you, Deborah. Dimas. Okay. Dimas,
Yes,
do you consider yourself a friendly person? Why or why not?
Okay. That answer will be, yeah, it depends on the situation. In what exact situation the person tries to, maybe, or my friend tries to have a conversation with me. I mean, like, if I have a deadline tomorrow and my friend somehow asks me to accompany him to go somewhere, and I might be not that friendly because yeah, I have to stick with my deadline and I have to review all offers that all offers to me. Yeah, I have to review all any kind of offers before I finish my deadline. Yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on my work, actually.
Okay. Okay, very good. Let's take a look here. Okay, so first up, the PR next to depends. Okay, is for pronunciation. Okay, so here the stress is actually on the end of the word. So we're going to say it depends. Okay.
Depends.
Okay, so our stress is on the end. It depends. Okay. Next up, you said my friend. If my friend asked me to accompany him somewhere. Now, here, the word isn't going to be company. It's going to be a company.
Yeah, a company. Yeah,
company. So make sure that you add that sound in front. A company.
Yeah. So okay. Where is the stress?
The company is on the k sound. A company.
A company. Yeah.
Yeah, a company.
I thought that I said that was a company, but yes, I think the A word.
You may.
Sound
the A didn't come out. Yeah, it just sounded like you said company.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. No worries. And the last one here, I have to reduce all offers to me. Okay. Now offers are probably. You could say refuse, but still, even at that, I wouldn't say offers. I would probably say, let's see here. I have to refuse would probably be better. I have to refuse all refuse doing anything with other people. Okay, because
Yeah.
we use offers offer in a different way. Like I would offer you something to drink or whatnot. So I would probably say, I have to refuse doing things with other people so that I can focus on my deadline. I would probably
Yeah.
say that. Okay, so
Yeah.
doing things with people or with my friends or whatnot. Okay,
Hi.
it's a little bit more clear.
Okay, thank you very
Right,
much.
no problem. Good job. Very good. How about you, Amparo? Do you consider yourself a friendly person?
Well, I consider myself a friendly person, but maybe that is not the first impression that people, that I reflect because generally I never start a conversation. And people can think that I am unfriendly, but it's not. It's something that when I feel confidence with the person, well, I start talking and I be very friendly. But the first time, it's the probably the first impression that people catch of you. So I don't know how people see me.
Okay. At the end there, did you say, I don't know how people see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and but how do you try and be with people? Do you try and be friendly, or is
Yes,
it?
when I start the friendship,
Mhm,
when I start just talking with someone else, yes,
mhm,
I just continue the conversation and I take care of the situation of the people, trying to know a little more. But
mhm.
yes, I need just that someone push me
Okay.
because I never start the conversation first. Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's take a look here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Better. Okay. All right. So a few things here. You said, and people can think that I am unfriendly. Okay. Instead of saying can, okay, I would probably use the modal might or may.
Okay.
Okay, and people might think, you can actually say could as well. So might, may, or could in that situation. So people could think that I'm unfriendly, or might think, or may think that I'm unfriendly instead of can.
Okay.
Okay, because they do have the ability. Okay, everyone has the ability to think that, but that's what you're not portraying. You're saying it's a possibility, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one, that people catch of you. Okay, so that's the idea that people catch of you. I probably wouldn't say catch. Okay, I'd probably say maybe see in you. Okay, in this instance, see in you. So it just depends on what people see in you or see from me or something like that. Catch is going to be used with understanding. Okay, so if I say something really fast, sorry, it's going to be with hearing. So you didn't. If I said something very low, okay, or too quiet, you say, "Excuse me, I didn't catch that." Okay, so we catch things, and that's it has to do with hearing it. Okay. Last one here. I need just that someone push me. Okay, how are we going to fix that?
I just need
Okay. Okay, and then what else? What else are we going to fix?
pushes.
Okay, almost. So we're going to take out that. Okay, need is sort of like the verb want in Spanish, where you feel like you need to put that after it sometimes, but we wouldn't do that. So I just need someone to push me.
Push. Okay.
Okay, someone to push me, like so. Okay, good. All right, nice job. Thank you. All right, Ken, how you doing, Ken?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Good to have you here.
Good to see you again.
Now, Ken, are you an ambitious person? Tell us why or why not.
I'm not so ambitious person because I know my limitation, or maybe it's one different thing from when I was younger. How can I say, my possibilities getting narrower, and maybe I realize the reality of the life. So now I cannot be so ambitious, but it's okay because I'm what I am. I just live my life.
Say that last part again. You said I just spend or I just live my life?
I just live my life.
Okay. Okay. So ambition. At one point when you were younger, you were very ambitious, but now you're like, yeah, you know, what's the point? I'd rather relax a little bit more, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. First up, you said, I'm not so ambitious person. Okay, you guys, take a look at that structure. Okay. We cannot use the word so in this fashion. Okay. It's not going to amplify. It's not going to amplify ambitious or person this way. Okay. We would have to say, I'm not such, and we need an article, such an ambitious person. Okay.
Ambitious.
Not such an ambitious person. Now, this is a phrase or a common construction that I see a lot of times from students saying, I'm not so friendly person. I'm not so smart person, or something like that. That same construction. Just realize you cannot say that. You have to say such, and we need an article. Okay. Next one. It's one different thing. I'm not too ambitious. Yes, I'm not too ambitious. You can, if you add a noun at the end, like person, then no, you cannot say that. You can't say I'm not too ambitious person. Okay. You would have to drop the noun and only use the adjective. Okay. This is in reference to the question that Amparo just asked. You can say I'm not too ambitious or I'm not so ambitious. That works. That's okay. But when you add that noun, it changes everything. Okay. Okay. Next one. It's one different thing from when I was younger. Okay. One different thing. I might say it's one of my differences.
One of my differences.
Okay. One of my differences. Okay, one of my differences. Now I can say from. Okay, it's one of my differences from when I was younger. Okay, last one. Maybe I realized the reality of the life. Okay, take off the on life. Maybe I realized the reality of life. Okay? So there's no article. Okay, no article necessary. Article necessary with life in this case. Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Ken. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Ibek.
Yes.
All right, Ibek. How about you? Do you feel like you are an ambitious person?
Generally, in if I think for all my period, I was ambitious, but nowadays I think I'm not ambitious because I don't have any kind inspiration nowadays. Probably I will be late. I will have like that inspiration. Nowadays I'm just living and spending my time and relaxing, and I'm spending time with my friends, and that's all.
Okay. All right. Very good. So it's been so relationships have actually become more important to you than being more ambitious in work and things like that, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I think that happens to a lot of us. It happened to me. It happened to me. Ambitions, not 100%. I'm still a fairly ambitious person, but I'm not. I don't live my life to become a millionaire anymore. Yeah, you guys wouldn't have liked me if you knew me, let's say 10 years ago. You would have said, "Man, that guy's a jerk." Yeah, probably. Okay, so now Ivic, remind me. What country are you from? Somewhere around Russia.
I'm from Kazakhstan.
You know what? I was going to say Kazakhstan. Totally was going to say that. Totally. I was like, I think it's from Kazakhstan. I know it's not Russia, but I know it's somewhere around there. Okay, so you did quite well. You did quite well. You had a lot of good series of sentences that you were using. It was nice. Okay, so the first one here you said, if I think of all my period, okay? Instead of period, we're probably going to say life. Okay, and we're going to say if I think of my whole life, or if I think of everything that I've lived through, okay, or something like that, that might work. Okay, so instead of my period, you want to say life. Okay.
Okay.
Think of my whole life. And notice, you guys. I'm not saying all of my life. Okay, we don't use all that way. We say whole or entire. Okay. And next thing here, I don't have any kind inspiration. So we're missing a word in there. Okay, in between kind and inspiration.
Any kind of inspiration. Yeah?
There you go. I knew you would get it. Okay. So any kind of inspiration. You just sort of jumped over that a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, of inspiration. Everything else is pretty good. Okay, nice job.
Thanks.
Okay, very nice. And Ahmed thinks I still have a chance of becoming a millionaire one day. Very good. Okay. What's that?
Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming. That's right. Okay, let's come down here. And okay, so everyone has a routine. Ahmed, what is your routine in the morning? What do you go through every morning?
My daily routine. Actually, there is not a daily routine for me. It may change from situation to another, from day to another. But most of days, I have to wake up at 8 o'clock. I have to work out a little bit. Then I start my work. I work in digital marketing, so I have to sit on the behind the laptop and work for several hours. After that, I may go out for a little bit with my friends, and there is no I don't know what to say, but there is no daily routine for me. It differentiates from day to day. It's not the same every day.
Can you repeat that? You said there's no what every day? Did you say daily thing? There's not daily things?
Daily routine, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's different. Now, what makes the difference? What do things depend on? Why do things change from day to day for you? I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It depends on what I want to do this day. May have some goals. It's different every day. I want to do something today, so my daily routine would be different than yesterday, for example. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. So first up, you said it may change from day to another. Okay. Yeah. Day to another. So so here we want to say it may change from day to day. Okay. So that's the way that we say that, day to day.
Okay.
From day to day. That's the phrase there. Next one, I have to sit behind the laptop. Okay. Now, you won't say the in this instance. You're right in needing an article. Okay. But I don't know which laptop you're talking about yet, because this is the first time you introduced the laptop into the conversation. Plus, I'm not in your office, and it's not obvious to me. So instead of saying the laptop, we're going to say a laptop.
A laptop. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I have to sit in front of a laptop for several hours and do some work. Okay.
Okay.
So instead of the. Okay. Last one here. There is no something like a daily routine. This is that part that you were saying. So here, instead of saying no, we want to say not or there isn't.
There isn't.
Okay? There isn't some type of daily routine, or there isn't a daily routine that I follow. Okay, it's probably a better phrase. There isn't a daily routine that I follow. Okay, yeah, pretty good overall. Pretty good. Okay, and nice, especially from being from Egypt. Your THs are sounding good. Okay, your pronunciation is sounding very nice. You have a fairly decent control over your R's as well. Okay, good job.
That's nice. Thank you.
Good. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Maki.
Hello.
Or is it Maki? Hi. How are you?
Maki. Hey, I'm
Maki.
good.
Great.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Great. Maki, where are you from?
I am from Mali.
Say that again?
Mali.
Mali.
It is,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, West Africa country.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're talking about ourselves. We're talking about our lives. We're on the question of daily routine. Okay, so I'm wondering about your morning. You could talk about your evening routine or your whole day. It doesn't matter. But what is your daily routine that you go through?
Oh well, in the morning I would go to work, and after that I will go to school.
Okay. All right. So use this opportunity to speak and describe as much as you can. Okay. So what? So for example, if I were to say this, I wake up at 4:40 a.m. every morning.
Okay.
Okay. I usually go in, I grab an apple, and I grab some almonds, and that's what I usually eat for a snack in the morning for breakfast, and maybe make some hot chocolate or grab some water. Okay, wake myself up. I splash some water on my face and get ready for my 5 o'clock class. Okay, and then I teach. Okay, so describe to me what your morning is like.
Oh well, it's like every day I wake up at 6. Then I take a shower, and after that I have breakfast, and afterward I drive to my workplace, and at work I do work duty until the end, and in the afternoon I go to school.
Okay. All right, much better. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you take the opportunities to speak, to describe as much as you can. That was much better. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. Cool. All right. So I only have a couple of things here based on your grammar. It wasn't too bad. Okay, I understand you perfectly fine. When you are at work and you say, I do work duty, okay, you do more than one thing, okay? And so in this instance, you want to pluralize it and say, I do work duties. You can also say tasks.
Okay.
That works out as well. Okay, so I do some work tasks. Okay, and that would be fine. Okay. The last one is you said, and afternoon I go to school. Okay, we need to include afternoon in a prepositional phrase. Okay, stating and in the afternoon, I go to school.
In the afternoon, I go to school.
Exactly. Yeah. So put that into a prepositional phrase. That'll clear things up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Nice job. Thank you. Let's see here, Javier. All right. Javier, summertime is coming. Summertime is coming. It's probably starting to get a bit warmer there in Barcelona right now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, what do you love doing in the summer?
To be honest, I don't like to go to the beach, so I prefer to spend time with my friends, to do a trip to another country. So this year we are thinking to go to Greece or Italy, but I like go to visit other countries. Actually, I'm lucky because most of the time I ask for holidays in summer. That I prefer holidays in summer than in in another season of the year. But yeah, and apart from this, I like to visit my family. That most of my family, they are in Galicia. It's a
In the
place
northwest, right?
North Spain, yeah.
Yeah.
Northeast. And basically that's it. So catch up with some friends. If I have a girlfriend, go with her. But this year no. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, most people there in Spain, they say to the beach, man. Go to the beach during the summertime. But yeah, you like to head out to other countries.
Yeah, I
cool.
prefer. Yeah, I prefer.
Cool. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So you said to do a trip to another country. Okay. Instead of saying to do, we're going to say to take. Okay. I like to take a trip or to take trips to other countries. Okay. So if you're talking about it in general, I would probably pluralize it and say I like to take trips to other countries in general.
Okay.
Okay, that would be a little bit more natural, to take trips to other. And so we're going to change it from another, and we're going to change it to other. Okay, so we're going to say to other countries. Okay, and the last one here, I prefer holidays in summer than another season of the year. Okay, all right. So a couple of things here. You can say I prefer holidays in summer. That may be a touch of British grammar. For us, we would probably put that into a prepositional phrase using. I mean, it is, but we would use the article the in front of it, and so we'd probably say in the summer.
In the summer.
Okay, so I prefer.
And you say I would rather, or I prefer is okay, or I would rather.
I would rather or I prefer. It makes no difference. They both mean the same thing. Okay. So I prefer holidays in the summer than other, instead of saying another, than other seasons of the year. Okay. So we're going to say than other seasons. Whoops. Than other seasons of the year. So I would probably take a look at the use of other versus another. Okay, and study the differences.
Yeah, and another for singular. Yeah.
For singular, yeah. Okay. And so I switched it to other because there are more than one other season in the year. I mean, there are some other rules that go along with when we use another and when we use other, especially if something is defined. If you have a defined quantity and you know how many you're talking about, okay, and it's the last group, okay, other would then be used because I'm putting the other three seasons into a group. And that's why I'm saying, okay, the other. Okay, that is the final, the last one. So, okay, yeah, but take a look at that. Study a little bit about the different uses there of another and other. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, great. All right, let's see, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi there. Okay, so how about you? What do you enjoy doing in the summer?
Okay. I like to go to the beach to the parks. I like to play sports, to ride my bike, to rollerblade, and spend time with friends, like doing a picnic or something like that.
Okay. Okay, and when you do a picnic, where do you like to go? Do you usually do that in like the park or at the beach, or do you go to the mountains, or where do you usually go?
Actually, in a park. Here when I live, we are famous to go and have picnics in the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, very good. All right, so the first one here was actually corrected in that last statement that you made. Okay, so instead of saying like doing a picnic, okay, we have picnics. Okay, so that's the verb that we use with it. Okay, like having a picnic. Okay. Now, the second phrase you said was, we are famous to go and have picnic in the park. Okay, so here, number one, we're going to pluralize picnic because we're talking about them in general. Okay, we're famous. And then in this type of phrase, we are famous for things. Okay, and so after famous, we're going to say for. So we are famous for, now because that's the preposition, go is going to change to gerund, right? So we are famous for going to the park, okay, or going and having picnics, okay, going and having picnics in the park. Okay, is how we would end that. So yeah, that's that phrase. It goes together. Famous for. We are famous for. They are famous for. He is famous for. Okay, and then if you're using a verb after that, okay, then you'd have to place that verb into gerund. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. All right. Let's go to Amparo. Amparo, how about you? Let's go to our winter. Okay. What sort of things do you enjoy doing in the winter there in Ecuador?
Well, in winter is the season for vacations for everyone. So it's the time that we go to the beach, and sometimes we decide to spend at least a week there. But depends on the vacation of the rest of the people in my family. But for example, this holiday, the vacation, just we spend there a long weekend that was 3 days, and we were together and spend time just in the house, or just with a barbecue or something like that. We got together or just play bingo or another like jenga or something at home. Or if it's a sunny day, we go to the beach and stay there in hammocks or in a tent. And the people that would like to swim, yeah, they go. That is the time.
Okay, very good. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Good. Let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the use of there. Okay. So you said a week at there. So we go someplace and we spend a week at there. Okay. You can say we spend a week there. So yeah, we're going to take off at. Okay. So spend a week there. Okay. Next one here is just we spend there a long weekend. Okay. So we're gonna put there at the end of the sentence again. Okay. And just, where are we gonna place just?
We just spend.
There we go. Okay. So we just spend a long weekend there. Now, because we're because we're actually talking about something that happened in the past, we're going to say we just spent. Okay, so because you were talking about your last vacation, so we just spent a long weekend there. Okay, last one, you're talking about in general what type of things you do. We go to the beach and stay there in hammock. Okay, so stay is a tricky word. Okay, a lot of times I like to describe it as the word that we use when we go on vacation and stay in the hotel, or when you go and visit a friend for a long time, you stay at their house for a couple days, okay? Or if you're hanging out maybe in a restaurant and I asked you how long you were there for, oh, we stayed there for a couple of hours. So we use it for a duration of time like that. In this instance, I would probably say and maybe spent time, okay, maybe, or we go to the beach and spend time in the hammocks, or we hang out in the hammocks, or we swing in the hammocks. I would probably use a different verb than stay, okay? Because stay for me it's in the hotel, or you know what I'm saying?
And I can say maybe stay a couple hours.
Yeah, and we stayed. So we could say we go to the beach and we stay there a couple hours, swinging in the hammocks, swimming in the pool, or swimming in the ocean, building sandcastles. So yeah, so you're going to give me a period of time that you stay there for. Exactly. Okay.
More specific. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. You refer to a time if it's days or hours or something like that, or you stay in a hotel or a motel or stay at someone's house. But when you stay at someone's house, you're typically, unless you mention an amount of time, you're usually sleeping there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Let's go to Ken.
Yes.
Ken, how about you? What do you love to do in the winter?
Winter here is not so harsh, not so many snowy days, so just stay inside and taking some classes, but staying inside all the time, it's not healthy and I cannot refresh, so I often go outside for walking. And what else? And New Year's holidays are the biggest holiday season here, so I do something special for the New Year or New Year's Eve night, and watching first sunrise is a kind of one entertainment here.
Say that one more time. What are you doing?
Watching first sunrise of the year.
Okay. So watching for sunrise.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
At the beach or at the mountain, but nowadays I watch it on internet broadcasting and outside close to my home.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, so first up is something that I try and work on with most of my students that I work with in private sessions. If you guys can master this, okay, it'll make communication 10 times easier with anybody that you're speaking to, whether it be like on a trip or whether it be business. Okay, it seems very simplistic. Okay, but it's a formula. It's nothing that I invented. It's just the way that it is. Okay, you always want to make sure that you are telling me who is doing what. Now I have a point to this because of what Ken had said. Okay, so we always want to start off with our subject. Then we need a verb. Okay, if you have a direct object, place your direct object next. Okay, in most cases, and then you have a complement at the end if there is a complement. Okay, now the reason why I spelled complement wrong. Sorry. The reason why I say this is because at the very beginning, Ken, you said just inside and taking some classes. My question is who?
Oh yeah, maybe because of the influence to my native language.
Exactly. So one thing that you guys need to remember, okay, is that English speakers are stupid. We're stupid. Okay, why do I say that? Well, in most of your languages, you don't have to add the subject at the beginning. With English, it's you have to tell me who or what, always. I have to know who is doing what, always. Okay, it's just the way that it is. Okay, so if you were to say just inside and taking some classes, I would say who is doing that, even if you were talking about yourself beforehand. Okay, so we would say something like, I like to just stay inside and take some classes. Okay, so I need to know who is doing this or what is doing it. Who or what, always. Give me a subject. Okay, subject verb. Okay, and that's what we were missing here. Okay. Next one. I often go outside for walking. Okay. The use of for and the gerund form like this. The only time you're going to tell me for is when you are explaining the purpose of something. Okay. What is a pen for? Oh, it's used for writing. Okay. But okay, in this instance, we're not talking about the purpose of this. Yes, we are sort of, but it's not a tool. We use it for tools. Okay. Here we would say I often go outside to walk or to go walking. Okay. So that's what I would say here: to walk, okay, or to go walking. Okay. Last one. Watching first sunrise of the year. Okay. I need an article. Okay. We are outside, and I would probably say maybe to watch. Okay. Or watching, if you're going to use watching as the subject, say watching the first sunrise of the year is great. Okay. Or we like to watch the first sunrise of the year. But in either case, you need to say the first. Okay. The first sunrise. Okay. If you say for a walk, Amparo, you have to say go. Okay, go for a walk. Okay, I often go outside to go for a walk. Okay, good. All right, let's go to. Thank you, Ken. Let's go to Ibek. Ibek. All right. So tell us, what are your hobbies, and have these hobbies changed from time to time during your life?
Of course, it depends on environment and of my life, and depends on places where I live. Nowadays, I like to read. I like jogging, and sometimes spend with my friends to drink some beer and wine, and probably. I during 2 or 3 years I haven't changed my hobbies. I think that's all.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right, let's see here. Okay. Oops, not V, Control V. Here we go. All right. So it depends on environment. Okay, give me an article. It depends on the environment. So one thing, Ibek, that really has worked for Russians, my Russian students, Ukrainians, Kazakhstani, all you guys that are in that area. Okay, the people who don't like to use articles. Okay, it's not that you don't like to; they don't exist. Okay,
that's right.
Okay, they don't exist. I was just poking fun a little bit. Okay, a lot of times the way people teach articles is by teaching the nouns, which noun it is. I'm switching that. I'm teaching it off of the prepositions. Okay, now this doesn't work 100% all the time, but I've seen more success by having people work or use articles after prepositions than basing them off of the noun and the purpose of the noun. Okay, so start looking at that. Whenever you're using the word on or in or at or of, okay, think of that. Go, it depends on, okay, I need an article. I need an article. Okay, now you have to decide which one you're going to use. Okay, but it's the idea of trying to remember when to use them. So here, it depends on the environment. I need an article there because I'm using on. Okay, and it's a noun. Okay, if it's a verb, then I'm going to use the gerund form. But after on, I'm typically, if I'm going to be using a noun and it's singular, I need to use an article. Okay. The next word is jogging. Make sure that you pronounce an aw sound here because it sounded like you said drugging, which means that you like to take drugs. Okay? Okay, that's what I heard. I thought you said, I like drugging. Okay, so, but it's going to be jogging. Okay, I like jogging. Okay, so try that for me, please.
I like jogging.
Jaw. Open up your mouth more. Jaw. Jogging.
Jogging. Jogging.
Okay, good. The last one here has to do with what I was talking about before. Spend some time with friends to drink some beer. Who? Okay. I like spending some time with my friends. So you left out your subject there. I need a subject. Okay. And then instead of saying to drink, we're going to say drinking. Okay. I like spending some time with friends drinking some beer or talking to each other about this, that, or the other. Okay. So make sure to add your subject at the beginning. Okay. And then in this situation, okay, we're going to be using drinking instead of to drink. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nice job. Good. Great. Let's go to Ahmed.
Yeah.
Ahmed, how about you? What are your hobbies, and have these changed from time to time during your life?
Actually, my hobbies, I am passionate about reading personal development books and listening to music, watching movies. Sometimes I love swimming in winter. And I love getting out with my friends. I love translating English movies. Not very well, but I'm trying to improve my English. I think that's all. How it's changed from time to time? It changed as long you have different responsibilities and different personal goals. Your hobbies changes. As long you have a lot of pressure, limited time, your hobbies may change, may not. And that's it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Couple of things for you. First up, okay, you said, I love getting out with my friends. Now, you had corrected yourself a little bit. Instead of saying getting, we're going to say going.
Okay.
Okay. I love going out with my friends. Okay. That's the phrase that we want to say. If you say getting and out, it's probably going to be getting out of town. Okay, if you get out of town, that means take a small trip someplace or take a trip someplace. I like getting out of the house. Getting out of the house is something you can say as well. Okay, because that has an idea, meaning that you were trapped in the house and you've been in here all day long, bored watching TV. It's like, oh man, I got to get out of the house. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, going out, it would be best in this situation. Okay. Okay. Now here, because we're talking about hobbies, okay, we instead of saying it change, okay, if you say it change, you're going to have to say it changes. Okay. If not, we're going to say they change. So we have a little bit of a mixture there because I think you knew that you were talking about hobbies because later on in your sentences you were saying hobbies. Okay? And so, yeah, you used the pronoun it and then you conjugated the verb change for they. So in your mind, you were thinking hobbies, but you used the pronoun it.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, so watch that. Watch that just a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
The other thing that you want to watch, I didn't write it down. You said a word. I think it may have been pressure. But yeah, watch your P sounds just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, pressure.
Yeah, pressure. Adding that
Pressure.
sound there. Okay.
Pressure. Okay.
Good. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for coming into class. Maki, I'm sorry I couldn't get back around to you for the last go around, but it was great meeting you. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. It will be for the next time.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do some more speaking classes for you guys. Okay. Great job. Thanks for coming in.
You.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.